Dr. Doug Weiss has recently become a focal point of public discussion, not for his professional achievements as a relationship expert, but due to startling revelations about his personal life. These developments have raised eyebrows, provoked speculation, and left many questioning the real story behind the headlines. From his whirlwind marriage to Joni Lamb shortly after his divorce from Lisa Weiss, to the controversial firing of Joni Lamb from Daystar Television network, the unfolding drama has captivated audiences. Adding to the intrigue, Dr. Weiss recently made a candid admission in a video, confirming what many had already suspected. This narrative explores the key events, delving into the complexities of these relationships and their far-reaching implications. The marriage that sparked a storm. Joni Lamb, an influential figure in Christian media, is well known for her work with Daystar Television network, which she co-founded with her late husband, Marcus Lamb. When she married Dr. Doug Weiss, it wasn't just a private milestone, it became a media sensation. The timing of their marriage, coming so soon after Dr. Weiss's divorce from Lisa Weiss, fueled speculation and controversy. Joni, celebrated for her resilience and leadership, stepped into the spotlight after Marcus Lamb's passing in 2021. Her steadfast commitment to Daystar, a network that reaches millions of viewers worldwide with Christian programming, earned her respect and admiration in the Christian community. Yet, her marriage to Dr. Weiss, a man recovering from the emotional aftermath of divorce, raised questions about their motives and the speed of their union. Critics wondered if the relationship had begun before either party was ready. Some speculated that their shared grief, Dr. Weiss from the loss of his marriage and Joni from the loss of her husband, drew them together. Their swift decision to wed prompted concerns about whether they had taken sufficient time to heal or had rushed into marriage without considering the potential fallout. Despite the skepticism, supporters of the couple believed their shared faith and values formed a strong foundation for their relationship. Their public appearances together, where they discussed their journeys of recovery and mutual support, painted a picture of two people seeking solace in each other. However, the controversy surrounding their union lingered, with many questioning if their love story had been hurriedly written on a foundation of unresolved emotions. The end of an era. Doug and Lisa Weiss. Dr. Doug Weiss and Lisa Weiss appeared to be a picture-perfect couple for many years. Their marriage, marked by moments of joy and shared milestones, was one that outsiders admired. Yet, as with many relationships, the reality behind closed doors was far more complex. Over time, the bond that once seemed unbreakable began to unravel. The couple's problems didn't arise overnight, but grew gradually, like cracks in a foundation that go unnoticed until they threaten to topple the structure. Friends and family began noticing subtle shifts, less laughter, more tension, and an emotional distance that seemed to widen with time. Communication, the cornerstone of any successful relationship, began to falter. Lisa reportedly felt unheard and unsupported, while Dr. Weiss, consumed by his demanding career, struggled to recognize the depth of her unhappiness. As a relationship expert, Dr. Weiss was acutely aware of the importance of communication and emotional connection in a marriage. Yet, living up to his own advice proved challenging. Therapists, it is often said, can offer the best counsel to others, but struggle to apply those same principles to their lives. This reality became painfully evident as Doug and Lisa's marriage spiraled downward. The emotional distance between them deepened. Misunderstandings piled up, resentment grew, and attempts to bridge the gap fell short. For a couple in the public eye, these struggles were difficult to conceal. Rumors of their difficulties began to circulate, and it became clear that reconciliation might not be possible. Despite their efforts to save their marriage, the couple ultimately decided that divorce was the only path forward. The end of their marriage was a painful chapter for both Doug and Lisa. For Doug, it was not only a personal loss, but a professional challenge. As a relationship expert, his own marital struggles cast a shadow over his credibility. For Lisa, the separation marked a retreat from public life, as she chose to grieve and rebuild in private. The emotional scars of their divorce lingered, serving as a reminder of the years they had shared and the dreams they had once nurtured together. A controversial firing, Joni Lamb and Daystar. Another twist in the ongoing drama involved Joni Lamb, Joni Lamb's son, and his abrupt firing from Daystar Television network. Terminating a family member from such a prominent role was a shocking decision that left many wondering about the underlying reasons. Daystar, a beacon in Christian broadcasting, was built on the collective efforts of the Lamb family. Jonathan's firing raised questions about internal conflicts and whether personal disagreements played a role. Critics speculated that Joni's new marriage to Dr. Weiss might have contributed to tension within the family, though no concrete evidence supported these claims. Whatever the reasons, the decision to part ways with Jonathan was not made lightly. For viewers and stakeholders of Daystar, the incident added another layer of intrigue to the ongoing narrative of the Lamb-Weiss family. Moving forward, challenges and reflections. In interviews following these events, Dr. Weiss has openly admitted to the challenges he faced during this tumultuous period. Reflecting on his divorce, he has expressed regret for the way his marriage to Lisa ended and acknowledged his own shortcomings. The experience, he said, forced him to reevaluate his approach to relationships, both personally and professionally. For Dr. Weiss and Joni Lamb, the path forward has not been without obstacles. Critics continue to scrutinize their union, questioning whether it was built on a solid foundation or rushed in the wake of emotional upheaval. Supporters, however, maintain hope that their shared faith and resilience will help them overcome challenges and grow stronger together. Meanwhile, Lisa Weiss has chosen to remain out of the public eye, focusing on her own journey of healing. For her, the end of her marriage to Doug was a deeply personal loss, one that she has faced with grace and dignity away from the spotlight. The saga of Dr. Doug Weiss, Joni Lamb, and the intersecting lives of their families is one that continues to unfold. It is a story of love and loss, resilience and regret, and the complex interplay of faith, ambition, and personal growth. As the public watches, the question remains, will these individuals find the peace and fulfillment they seek, or will the echoes of their past continue to shape their future? A rapid remarriage and public scrutiny. Dr. Weiss, known for his work as a relationship therapist, was married to Lisa Weiss for many years before their divorce. Shortly after the divorce, Dr. Weiss married Joni Lamb, the president of Daystar Television network, which led many to view his rapid remarriage as insensitive and thoughtless. For supporters who had relied on Dr. Weiss's advice on relationships, this move seemed to be a contradiction to the emotional principles he had promoted in his work. The most significant concern for many was the impact his actions had on Lisa Weiss, who had been left to pick up the pieces of a marriage that had seemingly ended abruptly. While Dr. Weiss may have been moving on with Joni, many felt that Lisa's hurt was downplayed in the rush to turn the page. The perceived haste to remarry and move forward left many wondering whether Dr. Weiss had truly internalized the emotional work he had recommended to others. A turning point for Dr. Weiss. While the controversy surrounding Dr. Weiss's remarriage was widely publicized, it also marked a pivotal moment in his personal and professional life. The fallout from his divorce and quick remarriage opened new emotional avenues for Dr. Weiss, allowing him to better understand the complexities of divorce from a more personal perspective. Experiencing the pain of divorce firsthand deepened his empathy for those who sought his counsel. This personal struggle gave him valuable insights into the emotional turmoil of relationships and divorce. As a result, Dr. Weiss was able to connect with those who faced similar challenges, strengthening his counseling and advice. His journey through divorce made him more relatable, shifting his approach to counseling and fostering a deeper level of compassion and understanding for his clients. Joni Lamb's firing, a professional and personal dilemma. The controversy surrounding Dr. Weiss's personal life didn't end with his remarriage. It extended into his professional sphere, particularly regarding the firing of Joni Lamb, Joni Lamb's son, from Daystar Television network. Jonathan had worked with Daystar for years, and his sudden dismissal shocked many in the Christian media world. Daystar has been a family-run organization, with the Lamb family at the helm for decades. The professional and personal connections at play made Jonathan's firing even more complicated. From a professional standpoint, reports suggest that Jonathan's vision for Daystar clashed with other leaders, including his mother Joni and potentially Dr. Weiss. This disagreement led to tensions within the network's leadership, eventually culminating in his termination. On a more personal level, the firing raised questions about family loyalty and whether the Lamb family's internal disputes had seeped into the professional domain. Family businesses often blur the lines between personal and professional relationships, and it's clear that this situation was no different. Jonathan's firing sparked discussions about how family dynamics should be navigated in a professional setting, and whether personal conflicts had influenced major decisions. Impact on public perception. Dr. Weiss and Joni Lamb's actions have had a profound impact on how the public views them. Critics argue that their decisions were self-serving and resulted in unnecessary harm to those involved, particularly Lisa Weiss and Joni Lamb. Many felt that Dr. Weiss and Joni's focus on their own happiness caused pain to those who were left behind. The firing of Joni Lamb, in particular, has complicated Joni Lamb's image as both a business leader and a family member. As the head of Daystar, Joni is responsible for guiding the network's direction, but her personal decisions, including the firing of her son, have cast doubt on her ability to separate family matters from professional responsibilities. Final thoughts. Were their choices justified? As the public continues to scrutinize the actions of Dr. Doug Weiss and Joni Lamb, it remains a question of whether their choices were fair or if they prioritized their own happiness at the expense of others. For many, the consequences of their decisions have been harmful, particularly to Lisa Weiss and Joni Lamb. The controversy challenges the public to weigh the ethics of these decisions and to consider the balance between personal happiness and the emotional well-being of others. What's your take on these events? Do you think Dr. Weiss and Joni Lamb acted justly, or did they hurt others in their pursuit of personal fulfillment? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on future developments. Thanks for watching.